I've seen a lot of unhinged text messages on Reddit, but this one genuinely left me speechless. So this girl went out on a date with this man and apparently it went pretty well. However, the girl did not have any romantic feelings towards this man and she just thought of him as a good friend. She didn't think the date went bad necessarily or awkward in any way. There just really wasn't a spark, which from time to time it tends to happen. Not every single girl that you're going to go out with is going to feel this romantic way towards you, right? It's just really not possible. It's not gonna happen. But sometimes, maybe a date can turn into a friendship, maybe, but this guy was not having any of that. So it starts off with our main character here saying, I had a good time hanging out with you tonight. It went by fast. I had a good time too, she responds. Time flies when you're having fun. Thanks for coming in for the drink. I really enjoyed it. Really, really just beautiful texts over here, completely normal and not unhinged at all. I mean, the texts that you're going to see in a few seconds now are just going to be like, is this even the same person? He responds with, that's how I feel. I also want you to know that if you don't think we vibe or something, let me know. I promise I wouldn't be offended. I feel like we're good, but I just wanted to put that there. Well, I typed that, so I had to send it. But I had a really good time. She responds with, I really appreciate you saying that, and I want to be honest with you too. I've enjoyed spending time with you, and I think you're genuinely great. I'm just realizing the connection feels more friendly than romantic for me. I didn't want to keep things going without being clear, especially since you've been so open. Damn, that's unfortunate. I felt a connection more than that. I'm a bit awkward. This sucks. Alright, so she dropped the bomb on him. Not necessarily, I wouldn't even say she dropped the bomb on him. She simply just told him in a straightforward manner. She basically just said, because you're being straightforward with me, I'm going to be straightforward with you too. I feel like you're a great guy. I mean, there's nothing like wrong with you. You're not awkward. You're not weird. I just don't feel like a romantic connection, which is fine. Sometimes it just happens. Not every single girl that you are going to meet is going to want a romantic relationship with you. And most of the time it just turns into a friendship, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with just being friends with a girl. Yeah, it hurts being friend zoned, but it is what it is. You've honestly just gotta move on. I mean, at this point, he could have just said something like, "Oh, I think the same thing. I didn't feel a romantic connection either, and we could be great friends and never hang out with this girl again," and pretty much just end that whole thing there. This video would not have been created if that had happened. But no, he did not decide to do that. She shoots him another message saying, I get why that feels disappointing and I'm really sorry it hurts. I don't think you're awkward at all. You're very charismatic and fun. I just do not feel the same romantic connection at this point. And this is where he kind of fires at her saying, we've only been on one real date. I don't know. You won't find someone who would treat you better. I hope you find what you're looking for. Thank you. You too. I mean, like, why would you even say that? Like, you literally said it yourself. You've only been on one real date. Maybe if you would have even given her 2 dates, 3 dates, maybe she could have started to like you. Sure, there was a connection at the start, but she never said no to a second date. She just thought of you as a friend. No, you had to just ruin it all with this one text message. You just told her that you won't find someone who would treat you better. Brother, you've been on one date. What could you have possibly done? Open the door for her? Brother, you've been on one date. What could you have possibly done? Open the door for her? Paid for her dinner? Like, you drove her there? Like, what could you have possibly done that makes you think that she could not possibly find someone better than you? That's just stupid. That's just really stupid, man. And then even worse, he responds with, your loss. Don't hit me up when you're sad 6 months from now. It's happened before. Don't respond. Don't hit me up when you're sad 6 months from now. Brother, you had one date. One day, maybe talked for like a few days, had one date. Come on, bro. All right, well, after that, the girl didn't really reply. She kind of like flicked off like a bug from her shoulder, saying, okay, this dude was annoying and kind of weird, so I'm just not going to talk to him again. He even mentioned it, don't respond, so she didn't even respond. Boy, all right, here we have a screenshot of him calling her multiple times throughout the day. Then he sends her a message on Messenger or Facebook, what it looks like. He says, I'm genuinely curious. If I would have been more forward and sexual, would that make a difference? I grew up in a house of women, so I've always been respectful. This isn't the first time this has happened to me. We had a connection. I don't know how you view it as friendly. Sorry, I'm frustrated and confused. I was upset in the moment. Blocking is crazy. I want to find out what this issue is. So after getting called 20, 25, 30 times by this dude that she went on one date with and she didn't want anything to do after what he sent her, he decided to think that she is the crazy one. She's the crazy one for blocking him, right? You call this girl like 20, 30 times from an unknown ID. You send her a message on Facebook after she blocked you, and you think she is crazy. But I do want to go back to where he said, If I would have been more forward and sexual, would that make a difference? Yeah, she would have blocked you a long time before you guys would have even had a chance to talk, right? No, that's not the answer. And you might think, okay, he sent her a message after blocking her, but this might just be over, you know, he's done. He's probably not gonna try to contact her anyway after this message. But you're wrong. No. He goes a step further. See, he does indeed stop talking to her. And he goes and sends her mom a message. I have to call that way because she blocked me. I'll continue. I don't care. I have some questions. She wasted my time and won't give me any answers. Send it to my mom. We're very open. All right. I don't know what those last two sentences were. Send it to my mom. We're very open. But the fact that this guy, I don't know how he got her mom's number. The fact that he even sent her mom a message saying that I demand answers after her blocking him, right? You can block a person for no reason. You don't need a reason and they don't need to find out why. Maybe they're being a creep, maybe they're being stupid, it does not matter. That's why the block option is there, so that you don't have to hear from him or her ever again. But no, this guy demanded answers. He sent her mom a message saying that he wants answers. The fact that he even said, I'll continue, I don't care, I have some questions. You're not entitled to anything, buddy. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're literally not entitled to anything. And the fact that you sent her mom a message is super fucking creepy. I don't know where she found this dude, but I really hope she got away from him after blocking him, maybe even contacted the police. But anyways, yeah, don't be like this guy. Don't send your first date's mom a message saying I demand answers. It's after getting blocked. It's not gonna help. Yeah, bye.